Okay, so some of us really enjoy getting some help when we need some help, or like the idea of hiring help that we need so we don't have to do it, we can let someone else do it. Other people enjoy the satisfaction of DIY projects. Either way, at some point we're all going to need some help when it gets beyond our skill set. So after this conversation, you'll know 6 mistakes to avoid hiring a handyman. My name is Andrew Finney, and my passion is helping you make sense of real estate. If you need help finding a top agent where you live, or if you simply want to drop me a line to say hello, my contact info is below. If you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel now and like this video. Thank you. All right, my friend, let's take a closer look at each of these 6 mistakes and how to avoid these pitfalls. The first one is forgetting to ask around. It's kind of interesting that we will talk to our friends and our family members about anything and everything under the sun, but sometimes when we need something, we don't always want to ask. We feel like we're inconveniencing somebody when it's one of the most important things we can do. If you have other family members and friends that own homes, and I'm sure you do, it's likely that they've hired a handyman or a contractor at some point. Why not ask them about what contractor and what handyman they enjoyed using and how you could get in touch with them to review your projects with you? As a pro tip here, go on the Google and check out the handyman or contractor's ratings, reviews, and past testimonials from experiences of people that have used their services. You'll be glad that you did that, especially if you got it as a word-of-mouth referral from a family member or a friend. The second mistake to avoid is having low expectations. And you might be wondering, Andrew, why would I have low expectations of a handyman? Let's face it, sometimes we just don't know what to expect, or we have heard horror stories of handymen in times past from our family members, friends, or somebody else, or read something online, heard it in the news, or whatever, right? So it's only natural that you may have low expectations. That's unacceptable though. Let's make sure that you have realistic expectations at the same time not making sure that you have too high of expectations. You may have heard the saying before where it says it's best not to put your expectations off on other people. At the same time, when it comes to your home and hiring a handyman, your expectations definitely should be met, and by getting a word-of-mouth referral or doing your due diligence online by Googling handyman in your area, checking those ratings, those reviews, and those past testimonials are going to set you up for success. Be realistic with your expectations and definitely don't set the bar low. The third mistake is assuming that you're going to get what you pay for. Now, as a homeowner myself and having hired handymen and contractors, I have hired some of the people that were more expensive, some of the people that were less expensive, and I generally find, at least here in Las Vegas, that the ones that are kind of middle of the ground, maybe a little bit higher than the lowest of them, but definitely not the highest ones, tend to be the best. When's the last time you paid top dollar for something and then it just broke down? I mean, it's happened to all of us. All of us have gotten enticed with it. We thought we were buying quality because we were spending more money. And even though that is the case with some things, it's not the case all the time. So don't make the assumption that you're going to get what you pay for. At the same end of the spectrum, if we go to the opposite side, on the low side, sometimes those people are just starting a business. So you want to know where are they in their business cycle and their business growth. I bring this up because if they're just starting out, sometimes they'll try to give you a better deal and ideally get your word-of-mouth referrals. In any case, it's wise to interview at least 3 different handyman for the job of working on your home. You want to make sure that you're comfortable and that you have the full confidence moving forward with that person in your private domain, your kingdom, your home. The fourth mistake is a doozy, and that's being afraid to ask questions. Why in the world would we be afraid to ask questions of the person that's coming into our home? Should we not have already clearly thought about what we want this handyman to do? Yes, we should obviously write down what we want the handyman to do, what our expectations of the project are, keeping in mind to keep them realistic, and also any questions that we may have, like what hours do you work? When do you plan on starting? What kind of materials are you going to use? Do I pay for just the labor and I have to pay for the parts, or is that part of your service? Please explain to me the process as you see it going forward working on my home, and let me know what to expect from you. These are all relevant questions that you should ask, so if you would like, go ahead and pause now and go back and write down each of those questions. You'll find them very helpful whenever you're interviewing a handyman for the job of working on your house. The fifth mistake is hiring a handyman when you really need a contractor. And we've all been there. We think that a handyman can do everything. Maybe we've worked with this handyman in the times past and we had really wonderful experiences with them, and we have come to believe they are the DIY expert of even the DIY gods that make them jealous, right? So here's the thing. They're not a contractor, they're a handyman, and handymen have their specific role in home maintenance and help around your house. They can hang pictures for you, they can change light bulbs for you, they can change out your air filters, they can do a lot of things that help you out around your house. But when it's time to hire a contractor, that's something whenever you start looking at specific trades like electrical, plumbing, HVAC services, that's whenever you need to call in a contractor for the work. If you have a hole in the roof and it's leaking, that's time to call a roofing contractor. So be real with yourself for what the handyman can do and what they're not able to do. And why not throw that into the questions I ask them? What services do you provide? And when is it time for me to call a contractor? A good handyman will shoot straight with you and let you know up front what they can and what they're unable to do. The sixth mistake is forgetting to enjoy the extra time. We hired somebody to do all of this work for us. We hired them to go ahead and give us some of our time back. Let's enjoy that time. Let's throw a barbecue. Let's have a get together. Let's do something that we want, even if it's just going over and getting a nice massage or taking some time for you. Don't forget to enjoy your valuable time. Time equals money, and money buys time. Something to think about as you hire a handyman and knowing the difference of when it's time to hire a contractor. So now let's talk about 5 tips to hire a contractor and different ways that you can boost your home value. I'm looking forward to chatting with you again soon. We'll see you in a few.